But what was very clear was doing nothing was not an option. What we need to do is change the model of care.
So more than 30 NHS and local authority organisations have been working on a plan to use what they have more effectively. Inevitably, some aspects will alarm some people. Talk of reprofiling the opening hours of A&E departments, or the possibility of merging or even moving hospitals can be unsettling, even confusing.
It's expressed in such obtuse managerial language that it's virtually impossible to know what they're talking about.
But the architects of the Sustainability and Transformation Plan, as it's known, say nothing is set in stone as yet. However, reducing demand on overstretched hospitals has to be a priority.
This is about thinking about how we prevent people going into hospital if we possibly can in the first place.
Keith has a number of long-term health problems which have led to numerous hospital stays, but now he's part of the telehealth scheme.
You put the little machine on your finger and that the saturation of the oxygen level, and then put the cuff on and take the blood pressure.
Keith's data is monitored here. Any subtle changes in his condition can be quickly picked up.
Sometimes we can speak to the surgery, you know, and get medication and things like that, but other times we might refer to respiratory nurses.
So the aim is to prevent people becoming so ill that they have to go into hospital, and it seems to be working. Amongst those on the scheme, the number of hospital admissions has fallen by around a third. Of course, telehealth won't cure the problem of overstretched hospitals on its own, but it's an example of how those responsible for providing healthcare are having to think more creatively. Dave Guest, BBC North West Tonight.
Manchester is to spend a further £1 billion renovating its town hall. Some have questioned the cost of the repairs, but the City Council says the spending is essential. It says managing the slow decline of the neo-Gothic masterpiece would cost almost as much money. Kevin Fitzpatrick reports.
A town hall that epitomises Victorian splendour. It was built when the city was in its pomp following the Industrial Revolution.
It's all about the pride, arrogance in a way, identity of Manchester in the late 19th century. So it opens in 1877 and he's saying we have arrived.
Step inside and it's just as impressive, but a survey found all the electrics and heating need replacing and leaking rainwater is damaging its structure. The top 3 floors have already been closed over fire safety concerns. Now £330 million will be spent restoring it.
The alternative is not to use it. It's reaching the point in its life where it will be safe for only a few more years, and then it would need to be boarded up. So the alternative is to not have the town hall, which is inconceivable.
We've been allowed up here on the roof where you can see some of the incredible detail of the craftsmanship, but the chimneys up here are causing a lot of concern, including this one, where the rooms underneath have been emptied because it's thought to be at risk of collapse.
Well, we're coming into an area that people don't see so much of, the inner courtyard of the town hall. So you can look at the leaded windows and the sheer volume of them, all of which need complete replacement now. The number of people we're going to need is absolutely incredible. All different types of trades, all traditional trades that have maybe not been around in Manchester for quite a few years.
The renovation's huge cost comes with the council having to make big budget savings, but it insists it can afford it.
It will be funded by long-term borrowing. It will not impact upon council services at all.
If you're borrowing 300 million, you've still got to pay the interest.
But we don't really have an alternative. If we did the absolute minimum, you'd be talking about 200 million.
Work's expected to begin in 2018. Kevin Fitzpatrick, BBC North West Tonight, Manchester.
Football, and Bury have parted company with their manager, David Flitcroft, after the side lost 5-0 to AFC Wimbledon in the FA Cup last night. Flitcroft and his assistant Ben Futcher have paid the price for a disastrous run of form, which has seen them slip to 16th in League One after going 11 games without a win. Well, that's it from me for now. We've had some pretty wintry weather, haven't we? Let's see what we've got in store. Here's Bayan.
Hiya. Good evening to you. Well, from here on, the temperatures will fall away because we are back in the cold air, and it stays with us all the way through what's left of the working week and the weekend as well. And it isn't just cold, it's rather unsettled. Through this afternoon,
Douglas,
the showers have been coming in, and that's the
Chester,
story as we head through
Manchester,
the night. We're never dry
Burnley,
too long.
Lancaster,
As we rise over
Kendal.
the high ground with the introduction of the colder air, there could be some sleet and there could be some wet snow. We're not anticipating any problems at all, but this is something we'll see in the forecast as we head through the next couple of days, both overnight and through the days as well. But your overnight temperatures tonight are significant, cooler than they've been recently, between 4 and 7 for towns and cities, so rurally it will be colder than that. Again, lots of showers as you go through the day tomorrow. Again, as they go over the high ground, a little bit of wet snow, a little bit of sleet here and there. As the showers merge, a weather front comes through as you head through the afternoon, so there will be a wetter spell. And that wind will be strong all the way through the day, and it holds your temperatures down 6 or 7 at the very best
Barrow,
for
8.
most of us. I'll leave you with the outlook for the
Bolton,
next couple of
6.
days. You can see the temperatures are low. Good night.
Hello again.